October 10. Good morning, good people. It's Friday, baby. Welcome back to Earth is Ghetto, where the rent is high, the coffee's low, and the Wi-Fi got attitude. I'm your host, Love, here to guide you through another day of surviving this beautiful mess of a planet. Now, let's talk about Thursday night football, because Chile, the Giants said we tired of being bullied. They went and smacked the Eagles 34-17, feathers everywhere, okay? Philly fans probably throwing cheesesteaks in despair right now. The Giants defense showed up like your mama with that "I told you to clean your room" energy, no mercy. Meanwhile, the Eagles offense looked like they left their playbook at home next to the remote. But hey, it's Friday. So we're not stressing, we're laughing, we're living, and we're counting down the hours till somebody's happy hour. Stick around, we got stories, laughs, and just enough chaos to remind you, Earth is ghetto. But at least we got jokes.
What up, y'all? It's Friday finally. Oh my gosh. We're here. I inserted a video of all the gym equipment that is broken right now. I can't believe my gym. You pay a membership and hardly nothing works. I'm like, let me show this because it really be real. Other than that, y'all, I did go to the gym today. I'm gonna make tacos this weekend and got some deli sandwiches. My best friend said she tried those steak bites at Arby's and they were nasty. I don't know how. She said she got influenced. I don't know how she did that. I don't know how, but yeah, dear ankles for her all around. But let's get this Friday show started, y'all. Let's kick in. As my mom says, she likes saying kick in like a friend. I really don't know what that means, but sounds good right now. New York attorney Letitia James has issued a statement. This is what she said, honey.
This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system. He is forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding, all because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General. These charges are baseless. And the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost. The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn sharp criticism from members of both parties. His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law, but to the president, is antithetical to the bedrock principles of our country. This is the time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice. I stand strongly behind my office's litigation against the Trump Organization. We conducted a 2-year investigation based on the facts and evidence, not politics. Judges have upheld the trial court's finding that Donald Trump, his company, and his 2 sons are liable for fraud. I'm a proud woman of faith, and I know that faith and fear cannot share the same space. And so today, I'm not fearful. I'm fearless. And as my faith teaches me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. We will fight these baseless charges aggressively, and my office will continue to fiercely protect New Yorkers and their rights.
Baby, I thought this was Annalise Keaton or freaking, what's her name in Scandal? I can't even think of it right now. But it was real, honey. I would think she's AI. She's speaking so perfectly and calmly. And she sound like AI, but I could speak like that, but we'd be all day here. But Letitia said don't play with her. She's not one of them. Lakers star LeBron is sidelined for the first time in forever. He's got 3 to 4 weeks due to a sciatica on his right side. The Las Vegas Aces are 1 game away from solidifying their status as a dynasty. 1 more win and they'll be a dynasty. A woman was pew-pewed outside of a Dallas PetSmart after an argument over a suspect not saying thank you. The suspect, 22-year-old Kiana Hampton, told police she was just trying to get Simpson away from her. Girl, now you about to go to the slammer. Microsoft's suite of productivity software was down for thousands on Thursday. Letitia got me stuttering because now I'm like, this lady was talking so perfectly. U.S. military will send 200 troops to Israel to support security and aid flow into Gaza. Baby, Kris Jenner she's got that facelift. She's blonde. Somebody says she's transforming into a 14-year-old. Her doctor is Dr. Levine. Department of Homeland Security said it now plans to deport Kilmar Garcia to Ghana. Ohio police went in pursuit of a runway inflatable pumpkin after receiving calls of a large orange inflatable object on the run. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. A woman has been accused of using dating apps to meet men and then burglarize their homes. Is she a victim or a victor? A former Wyoming library director who was fired amid an uproar over books that some people complained were inappropriate for youngsters and who sought their removal for the youth shelves will be paid $700,000 after settling a lawsuit. Russia destroyed 60% of Ukraine's gas production ahead of winter. 4 people, including 2 children, have been found unalived in a suspicious incident in a San Francisco home. Ketamine, long used with the anesthetic of illegal party drug, is being combined with psychotherapy to treat severe depression. That's what all those Mormon housewives are on. A homeowner saw the security camera where a bear was playing in a swing. His big butt. It looked cute, but it's not. Turning Point USA announced it will host its own halftime show called the All-American Halftime Show. North Dakota judges upheld the state's ban on gender-affirming care for children in a blow to families who have had to travel out of the state to obtain medical treatments. The nation's first execution of a person convicted in shaken baby syndrome case has been halted after Texas' highest criminal court ruled Thursday in his favor. Drake loses his defamation case over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Judge said the diss track is protected opinion. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is threatening to fire problem children air traffic controllers who failed to show up to work. We talked about Letitia. Angel Reese is going to make history as the first pro athlete to walk in the Victoria's Secret's fashion show. The new U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said on Thursday that it is opening an investigation into 2.88 million Tesla vehicles equipped with this full self-driving system over more than 50 reports of traffic safety violations. The Indiana woman who was determined missing after officials found her house on fire in what they call suspicious incident last week has been located alive on Wednesday in the woods. I don't know what she had going on. New York City judge has dismissed a civil summons against Alex O'Keefe, a former writer for the TV show The Bear, who was removed from a commuter train in handcuffs last month following a seating dispute. Some state officials are bracing for a challenging autumn. Bird flu is on the rise. President Trump signed a proclamation honoring Italian explorer Christopher Columbus as the original American hero. Alex Jones asked the Supreme Court to hit pause on almost $1.5 billion defamation judgment that was imposed over his false claims that 2012 Sandy Hook school pew-pewing was a hoax. A woman passed away this week in a paramedical episode at Disneyland after she got on the Haunted Mansion ride. Senate Republicans on Wednesday blocked an effort aimed at preventing continued U.S. strikes on alleged drug-carrying boats off of the coast of Venezuela. Americans blame both Republicans and Democrats for ongoing government shutdown and are worried services could falter as a third of the federal workers sits on unpaid leave. Former college football star who suited up for both Ohio State and Penn State has been arrested and accused of causing an ATV accident that took his girlfriend's life. 3 people have been unalived in a series of pew-pewing in Houston area that authorities believe are linked to a pew-pew man who later passed away by unalivement. Don't you love having to say all those words? A 25-year-old man has been arrested and charged in the fatal beating of a 64-year-old man in a Brooklyn subway station. New Orleans escaped inmate Derrick Groves makes his first court appearance in Atlanta. He said he just want to return back to where he's at.
Extradition, I want to go over your rights so you can decide whether you want to waive extradition or not. You're wanted out of the state of Louisiana for aggravated escape. I'm going to explain to you first what happens if you decide to have an extradition hearing, then what will happen if you decide not to have one. So you have the right to an extradition hearing if you choose. You have the right to hire an attorney to prepare for and conduct that hearing. If that's your choice, I will postpone the hearing for a reasonable time, 60 to 90 days, for you to obtain counsel. The law does not give you the right to a public defender or appointed attorney for purposes of extradition. If you choose to have the hearing, I will reset your case 60 to 90 days to allow your attorney to prepare for the hearing. At the hearing, there will be 3 issues. Are you the person named in the warrant? Did the governor of Louisiana sign the warrant? And what you're charged with in Louisiana, is that a crime in that state? I cannot consider your guilt, innocence, the merits of the case, or evidence connected with the underlying case. If after the hearing I determine that the requesting state, Louisiana, has met its burden of showing those 3 things, then they would have approximately 15 business days to pick you up. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you. If after the hearing I were to find that Louisiana failed to prove those 3 things, then you would be released. You also have the right to waive or not have that extradition hearing if you choose. If you waive your hearing, then Louisiana has approximately 15 business days from today to come get you. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you. However, you may be held up to 30 days before being released. Regardless whether you're released in Georgia, you are subject to arrest again at any time as long as this Louisiana warrant remains active. So even if you are released, you may wish to consider returning to Louisiana to have the matter resolved. Also, the media is here. I want to let you know they filed the appropriate paperwork. It's called Rule 11, and that was signed by one of our judges, our chief judge, and so they are here as well. You also have the right to remain silent. So let me just ask though, do you have any questions about your extradition rights? No. And do you want to challenge extradition or do you want to return to Louisiana?
I want to return where I'm from.
You want to go back to Louisiana?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do find you free.
After his girlfriend snitched on him, he said, "Send me back home." The Trump administration on Thursday imposed sanctions on a group of 50 people, companies, and ships largely out of United Emirates, Hong Kong, and China, alleging they were facilitating the shipment of Iranian oil and sales of liquefied petroleum gas. Putin acknowledges Russia's responsibility for downing a jet last year that unalived 38 people. LeBron is being sued for $856 in small claims court because LeBron had the thing where he was acting like he was going to retire and he said that he got rid of his tickets. I mean, LeBron, he can give him $1,000. That ain't nothing. Dating apps yielded this woman just one coffee date. Since putting her website on Billboard, she's received thousands of messages with some promising results mixed with online venom. I mean, this is a great idea, but it's kind of weird to put a billboard up. Like, is it that bad out here that you got to put a dating billboard up?
Boy, Master P got an old man that played bass guitar. They had to get rid of him. He used to play for the OJs. They had to get rid of him. Cause he done took over the concert. Master P's supposed to be right here performing. Now, if you're in the band, you're supposed to be somewhere back here, right? You're supposed to be somewhere back here. But Master P performing right here. Man that took over Master P song, hit it, man. If you don't get your ass off the stage, they had to get rid of him. They had to fire him. The next concert, he started stalking. Now Master P on stage, he don't even supposed to be there. This is what happened. Hop up for a second. Look at him bought a ticket. He done bought a ticket and came to the show. Hop up for 1 second. He done bought his slide over. This nigga, he don't even supposed to be. This is he opposite.
If y'all hear this muted, it's because they copyrighted me. Somebody said, I don't understand why bugs have to come inside when they have the whole outside. I feel you on that. Because why y'all got to do that? Why do the birds... We're not going to spend too much more time on news because I have like a lot of news today. So we'll see. We're going to see what we got here. Somebody said, y'all be mean trying to be a nurse. True. Kenny Brooks arrested on the multiple driving violations. Who is Kenny Brooks? I have no clue who that man is. A lot of repetitive stuff that we already read. If all goes well and everything is on time, what is the perfect amount of time for layover? I would say like an hour and a half. That's enough time to get you something to eat, go to the bathroom, because you don't want it to get too close. Because if it's a flight delay, nowadays I'm going to say 2 hours. Because if it's a flight delay, you're screwed. You are screwed. This Ohio woman was wanted after breaking into her boyfriend's home and slicing his balls. Oof, she going to jail, but I feel like she felt like it was really worth it. Someone at Walmart asked me for $30. I gave it to them thinking it was one of those TikTok videos. Nope, they just got you. They just got you. All right, y'all. Yeah, everything's repetitive, so let's hop over to my story times. all them hot dogs. Like, the madness, the bravery.
Covering my parents' kitchen in peanut butter.
What do you mean?
Covering my...
The stuff people do for content.
You better be careful, better not hit my shit, fuck nigga. Okay. Oh shit, he be whipping her. Okay. Oh. Say.
Child.
Put a finger down if you start dating one of your friends from high school and 4 to 6 months into the relationship, he tells you that he's the last man to carry his last name, so he really would want a baby. So you not only give him one healthy baby boy, but 2 healthy baby boys, not even a year apart. And after your second son is born, you're severely struggling with postpartum depression, but he breaks it to you that he is also struggling with active addiction. So even though you know you should leave, you stay and try to make things work because you're a stay-at-home mom. And then he gets his 3rd DUI, and you still try to make things work. And then a girl you meet one time at a Super Bowl party messages you and tells you that he's gotten another wreck and covered it up, but this time he was drunk driving with your kids in the car. So because of this, you both decide that he will no longer drive with your kids in the car. And you still stay and try to make things work. And then a month later, he tells you that he's actually leaving you for his coworker that he's been seeing. And you still try to co-parent the best that you can, even though that you are very bamboozled and very confused. And you both agree that if he wants to see the kids, that the best thing is for him to come to the home that you've both been living at, and you will leave. He does this one time and then doesn't do it again and doesn't hold up his end of the agreement. So you decide after waiting almost 3 months that you were going to take him to court. And because he does not have a license and because he has multiple DUIs, the court gives him every other weekend and grants you full custody. So now his thought process is, this is what you wanted, so this is what you're going to get. So anytime out of his every other weekend schedule, he does not ask for your kids, sometimes does not even tell them happy birthday. And when you ask him if he wants extra time, he tells you no because he is holding up his end with his legal obligations.
You got played.
Put a finger down if when you were 18 years old, you started getting this really weird sensation in your butthole, like something was in it. You described to your mom that maybe there was a golf ball in your butt, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it. She laughed it off and said it's probably nothing. And then a week later, you went to the bathroom and saw blood. So much blood in the toilet bowl. You knew you weren't on your period. You knew that it was coming from the back end. So you called your family doctor. Mind you, this is in the middle of COVID times. Called your family doctor and said, "Doctor, I need to see you stat because I'm bleeding profusely through my butt and there's also a lot of pain." Your doctor said, "Haha, you're probably on the toilet for too much time on your phone. Get off your phone, stop being a teenager, and also it's probably just hemorrhoids," prescribes you hemorrhoid cream, and you go on with your life. Weeks later pass and you're just getting weaker and you can't eat anymore and your stomach is a mess and you're bleeding constantly and your butthole pain is so bad that you can't even walk around the block. So you go to the ER and the ER looks at you and says, "Yeah, it's hemorrhoids. I can see them here. Let me just shove them back up inside and send you on your way home." So you say, "Okay, hemorrhoids are back in place. Family, I'm good to go. Come pick me up." You go on your handy dandy way. That ER doctor, however, did send you for a colonoscopy just in case to check things out. And your mom, being the lovely mother that she is advocating for you and constantly calling the colonoscopy clinic because there's definitely something wrong with you. So she's like, "Can you please try and fit my daughter in for a cancellation if possible?" And the colonoscopy clinic happens to have a cancellation for that Monday. So they say, "Do the prep, come in," and you do the prep and you literally almost die while doing the prep because you are so sick to the point that you are literally passing out, have to call an ambulance. The ambulance comes, notices that you have a really high fever, notices that you're also quite faint, so they take you to the hospital. The hospital does blood work, notices that you have an elevated white count, but says it's probably just nothing. Come back tomorrow morning for your scope. And there you are in the waiting room of that scope, literally dying, sobbing, literally screaming of how much pain you're in and how bad the fever is. Then they finally see you in the colonoscopy room and they record a fever of 41 degrees. The last thing you know is you're going to bed, you're going to sleep, they're putting you under, and they're saying it's probably Crohn's disease, but we need to make sure. Then you're waking up being told that you're being admitted for surgery. So you're in the hospital for about a week, have surgery, still super sick, extremely sick. When they do the surgery, they find an abscess in your butthole the size of a softball, okay? They drain it, then they pack it, they pack your wound, they tell you that you're good to go, you're leaving that hospital the next day after surgery, and as you're leaving, you tell your mom, something's wrong, I'm not feeling good again. And you're literally crawling because you're in so much pain, your fever spikes again, so they call the ambulance because you're getting so sick to the point that, like, they don't know if you'll make it. So then you go back to the hospital, they record your white cell count again, and it's through the roof, it's literally at 17, so they admit you for surgery again, and that marks the beginning of an almost 6-month-long hospital stay of having 7 surgeries back to back. They put drains inside your butthole, they put ceton bands, they literally toss you around from general surgeon to colorectal surgeon to other colorectal surgeon until one day you say, I'm done with this bullshit. I don't know what to do anymore. And they say, well, you're pretty much dying, so we're gonna have to give you an ileostomy bag. So they give you the temporary ileostomy bag, you're still really sick, they put you on some Crohn's disease medications because that's what you were diagnosed with. And you actually react to those medications pretty poorly, and you have a lot of reactions and rashes and stuff, so nothing is really working for you until you finally find the medication that seems to be working for you called Humira and also Imuran. But unfortunately, months pass and you're still having recurrent abscesses and fistulas and problems in that area. So you go back to the hospital and unfortunately they say to you, there's not much else we can do. We're gonna have to remove your rectum and your colon. So you go ahead with the surgery, you have it done. It's the most painful surgery of your life. In fact, 3 years later, 3 years later, the wound still hasn't closed. You're sitting on a pretty much open wound and you constantly have to go to the surgeons and doctors and do scans and stuff to keep on top of the healing, but you're better, you gained weight, your disease is in remission, and you're no longer sick or dying.
You know what? I'm not complaining about nothing no more. And the fact that she did her hair for this video, if I would be looking like I'd be in a trash bag, just laying on plastic, just.
So when I was younger, I was peer pressured into having a threesome with one of my friends who was a white girl and her boyfriend, soon to be fiance, who was a black man. Of course, right? And we had been playing, truth or dare, drinking all fucking evening, and the guy, her boyfriend, approaches me about the whole thing. And I'm, for about 10, 15 minutes, I'm trying to, talk them down, this isn't going to end well, we're friends, we should just, leave it like that, But their whole thing was oh, we just want to experience it, before we tie the knot, So, I used to be a people-pleasing bitch, whether people believe that or not, and I caved, right? I caved, and we ended up doing it. The next day, the girl lay downstairs. Mind you, I was young and dumb at this fucking time, yes? So, I go get checked out and all that jazz, and I had BV. I'm pissed, right? So, the guy comes and approaches me again and wants to see if we can do... wants to see if we can do it again, and I'm pissed off, right? But I'm also hurt, right? Because me and the girl, the white girl, I thought, we're friends. So in my head this whole time, I'm like, okay, yo, what the fuck is going on? Bitch, were we friends in the first place? Or were you looking at me thinking about fucking me this whole time? Or who fucking idea is this type shit? Long story short, it was both of their, they both, anywho, so I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all gave me BB, I'm not doing that shit. It's I don't want to join this time. I just want to watch me do what? White women. I don't, I prefer, what I'm saying? So, and basically that ended our friendship, as I knew that it fucking was going to. But my point is, I think that's why I isolate so fucking much, because people don't ever just want to be friends with me, or people are always projecting their insecurities onto me, or their sick, twisted, fucking sexual fantasies type shit, and
I can't get past her putting us in the microwave.
I hate to tell you, but y'all saw the same sign I saw 3/4 of a mile ago. You are not getting in front of me.
Same.
I feel like it's Social Security Administration.
What? Social Security Administration.
you gotta count in Spanish. Count in Spanish. You gotta count in.
Would you knock me down for $1 million? Would you knock?
I don't even know why he asked that.
Run.
Raccoon lost it.
Wendy's has steak nuggets, but the raggedy motherfuckers forgot my nuggets and gave me a bowl. KFC brought back their legendary honey barbecue wings. And Wendy's has tendies. And they dropped all this shit yesterday, so I'm gonna review it all now. So Wendy's has steak nuggets, but they forgot my separate order of steak nuggets, but I did get the macaroni and cheese bowl. So we're gonna try the steak on its own first. Seems dry. We're gonna see what we got done. I was wrong. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say it's like the most moist thing in the world, but it's definitely tender. Big beef jerky vibes off of it. Let's try this a full bowl. The mac and cheese is a little funky, right? Got a little bit of that steak ass to it. That's a tasty bite. Now, has Wendy's had chicken tenders before? They look basic as f***. They look like something you get out of a medical facility cafeteria. But let's see what we got. They're pretty fine. The bitches have a little bit of juice, right? They're moist. They're crispy and they're seasoned. Good. What I've been waiting for, the honey barbecue wings from KFC. Boy, I remember my little fat ass waddling my shit down the street to the KFC on 82nd and Euclid Avenue. If they f***ed up the recipe, if they don't taste the same, I swear I'm gonna bend the kernel over. Oh God, so much potential. No. I don't know if this is laziness, negligence, or just some bullshit the corporation decided to do. That is like their hot wing under the honey barbecue. Now, originally, it was just a seasoned and coated wing covered in the honey barbecue sauce, right? If you're gonna have a spicy as hot wing under the barbecue sauce, you don't get the barbecue sauce. You get spice and a little bit of sweet. You don't get the honey of the honey barbecue. That's some backwards bunny rabbit ass shit. If that's what KFC is doing, they gonna piss off a lot of people. They done pissed me off. They done fucked up my night. Wendy's has steak nuggets with the raggedy mother.
He said what he said.
Can somebody rate this on a fat scale for me? I know it might be a little fat, but how fat is it? I'm just riding around eating a tomahawk steak in my front seat. I mean, I tried to wait till I got home, but can somebody...
Bruh. Somebody said, how far is home? You were doing okay until you picked up the whole steak. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's 11. Somebody said the fact that you don't have any sides with it. Right? Where's the sides? Because if you're going to be fat with sides.
TikTok, I still got some questions. You ever had $150,000 in your hand? Yeah, me either. But if I did, here's exactly what I would do. Look at that. Spend $150,000 on a big old yacht. Wait a minute, that's not enough to buy a yacht. Then $150,000 on an iced out watch. Wait, what? I don't even really wear the watch. A big screen TV in every room. Wouldn't make sense. Only got 5 room and I wanted my baby girl. Just might take a trip around the room. I'm trying and I get no overseas. This beat, I might get some escargot to eat. That's me, and stay thinking I put crap or fail. And then put them up, then fail. Hey, I signed up to buy a team. 150,000 on a tricked out Porsche. Wait, what? Minnesota, it snows too much. Build me a tennis court outside my house. But the HOA is gonna make me tear it down. Might give me some fantasies and take. Just might get a tiny home in the six. I got some Reese's peanut butter cups. Hey, my hair on my might get me playing in Spain. Except I'm gonna go. Windows down. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Carolina Mike. The original is out now. You can get it on all platforms, but the second verse is only available August 29th. You can click the link in my bio to pre-save. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you.
You kind of go hard.
I heard about the lady that was dating this football player and he was SAing her grandmother every single day, and she only found out because of the hidden cameras in her house. Yes, her name was Tamika. So Tamika was graduating high school and she wanted to go to college. So her and her grandmother had a discussion. Her grandmother was not good enough to stay home by herself. Like, she needed somebody to care for her. So she sent her grandmother to a nursing home, and she told her grandmother that when she graduates college and she's working a good job, she's going to come get her out of the nursing home, and her grandmother is going to live with her, and she's going to continue to care for her. Her and her grandmother were really, really close. Like, her grandmother took care of her. It was just them. They didn't really have many other family members. So Tamika went to college. She was doing amazing. I'm talking about staying on campus. She was doing her thing. Grades were well. She met this football player. They fell in love. They started dating and taking each other seriously. Got to the stage in a relationship where they were ready to move in together. But she told her boyfriend, like, I already promised my grandmother that when I graduate from college, I'm going to go back and get her. She's going to live with us. I'm going to take her out the nursing home. She would just let him know. So it's no surprises. Like, my grandmother's staying with me. If you want to live with me, she'll be there with us. He was super supportive. He was like, that's perfectly fine. We can take care of your grandmother. Like, just super supportive. Like, I'm pretty sure she thought it was like the ideal relationship. Like, oh my God, he's amazing. So they both graduated. They working good jobs. They got their place together. So Tamika had hidden cameras within their home. The boyfriend didn't know about it. She didn't have it to spy on him or anything like that. She just didn't think much of it. She had it in there to protect her grandmother because they had an in-home nurse because they both were always working. Most of the time. Tamika worked more than anything. But they had an in-home nurse and they wanted to make sure the grandmother was being treated right. So they had the hidden cameras there. Tamika was always working. She barely checked the cameras. Why one day she decided to check the camera and she saw her boyfriend SAing her grandmother every single day since the grandmother had came from the nursing home and moved in with them. It started off with him putting his hands in her pants. Then he would grab the grandma's hand and put it in his pants. Then he started escalating things and putting his in the grandma's mouth. Absolutely ridiculous. And the grandmother barely spoke, could barely speak up for herself. He was taking advantage of that woman knowing that she was not going to be able to tell. And the girlfriend still wouldn't have known now. Tamika still wouldn't have known now if it wasn't for the hidden cameras in her house. That was to protect her grandmother from the nurse. Whole time she seems to be protecting her grandmother from her man. Like, what? Like, he is foul. Sitting up there traumatizing her grandmother, traumatizing Tamika. Tamika has a lot to process. Like, not only did you get cheated on, but he cheated on you with someone that did not give him consent. And that person was your grandmother. It's so many different things to unpack within that. I swear I never would have trusted nobody ever again. Like, I hope he in jail. I need to follow the update. He needs to be in jail. I would have went to the police immediately. You going to jail. I would have had something done. Like, to my grand.
That's horrible.
So I just FaceTime my mom and she asked me, where did I get this little thin ass wig from? It's my hair.
All right, y'all, that is the show. Inspirations on the way. Y'all have such a blessed weekend, please, because we need it.
Clear the mental fog. Clear the mental haze. Sharpen my focus. I will give you 100. Again, Father, clear the mental fog. Clear the mental haze. Sharpen my focus. I will give you 100. Not 90, but 100. Not 70, but 100. Not some of me, but 100. Not a part of me, but 100. Not when I feel like it, but 100. Not when my friends say I should, but 100. I will give you 100. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, in our foundational text in Matthew, Jesus is really articulating to us 7 profound, perspective-submerged words that we're going to dissect even more as we navigate through our shamanic journey on this afternoon. And those 7 words are, give us this day. Give us this day our daily bread. Peter says, now, if you're going to get the daily, you're going to have to be alert, meaning focus. Have mental sobriety, focus. You must have a sober thought process, focus. You must have some sober methodology to the way you process content, intel, and information. This means your head has to be clear. You need to be alert, because for this season of my life, maybe it's just me, for this season of my life, my focus is too critical. Maybe it's just me, Miss Flowers. My focus is too critical. I have to protect my focus. I can't afford to be high.
Who's coming in the driveway?
I can't afford to be. My focus is too critical. I have to fight to protect my focus if I'm going to be planted. I gotta focus. I gotta focus. I have to focus. I can't afford to be intoxicated with nothing. Not with chronic, not with Hennessy, not with gin and juice. I can't afford to be intoxicated with a wrong pick. I can't afford to be intoxicated with wrong conversations. I can't afford to be intoxicated with counterfeits, because for this season, my focus is too critical. I have to guard and protect my focus. I have to guard and protect my focus. I can't afford to walk around with an unhealed mind, because an unhealed mind alters personalities. Did y'all hear what I just said? An unhealed mind alters personalities. There was a person that you were before the trauma. There was a personality that you had before the breakup. Come here. There was a personality that you had before that event that was needed for your assignment, that was needed for your destiny, that was needed for your calling. And the enemy will try to partner with trauma to alter your person, and you'll walk around with the unhealed mind and claim a personality that's not yours. So I gotta heal. I gotta heal to get the version of me back that God created for me to have. Can't afford to walk around with an unhealed mind. Somebody shout, I gotta focus. I gotta focus. I gotta focus. I can't afford to walk around and not have mental sobriety. Why, Pastor? Because you have an enemy. Are y'all seeing how this connects? You have an enemy. So not only is there a fight to be planted when everything else around you is telling you that quitting is a viable option, not only is it a fight to be planted when you're grinding and hoping and praying and believing, but you don't see any fruit yet. Not only do I have to fight that, not only is it a fight because your mama and them, your friends in them are telling you it's not worth it. It don't require all of that. Not only is it a fight to be planted because I keep on leasing my ear to unplanted people. Did y'all hear what I just said? I'm telling you prophetically, one of the worst things you could do right now in this season is to befriend unplanted people. Because it's going to be harder for you to be in the will of God when your circle is cool with not being in it. See that? See, I know. It's going to be harder for you to be in the will of God when your friends are cool with being out of it. Not only is that a fight, not only is it a fight to believe when everything is telling me to doubt, I have to also fight to stay focused. Fight to stay disciplined. Fight to believe. Somebody say fight. I want you to know what focus really means. I have several definitions, so you have to be ready. First definition of focus is the pursuit and the protection of wisdom. When you are focused, you are pursuing wisdom and protecting the wisdom you have, which is always a key on how you know when the enemy is behind somebody in your life when they try to get you to engage in unwise activities. Because to be focused is for me to pursue and protect wisdom. I looked this up in the Hebrew and it messed me up. In Hebrew, the word focus means centralize. Centralize. So when I say I'm focused on the Lord, what you're really saying is I've made him my center. This is so good. When you are focused on the kingdom, this means the kingdom is my center. So the center of my marriage is kingdom. The center of my thinking is kingdom. That's what it means to be focused, is to have him at the center. Now, remember I said this series is a series designed to get us to produce fruit, right? So this mango is about to preach a sermon. The way we can identify what fruit is all fruit has seeds. Any fruit that is seedless has been manipulated by man. It's a whole sermon. Anything that's seedless, girl, this ain't got no seeds in it. Man has manipulated it. And most of us prefer things that are seedless.
Speaking of those mix-ins,
Yeah.
have you, and I know you're not as big of a peanut butter guy as I am, and I know you don't even like peanut butter.
Is it boneless chicken wings? Chickens have bones. I need bone. No, it has been manipulated by man. And so we look for things that have been manipulated, but then complain about manipulative people. Every fruit has seeds in it, and you know where they are? At the center. Now look, this mango, when it started to grow, it didn't grow from the outside in. It started to grow from the inside out. What if the reason we don't see our prayers in operation is because we're asking for outside? When God is saying all of the stuff that you want on the outside will happen once I focus on the inside. Is this making sense? So the growth has to happen from the inside. And then once the growth happens on the inside, you know why you don't see the seed? Is because I protect my seed. All men protect your seed. This is not even in my notes. Protect your seed. It's not just how fine she is. It's a pattern of the enemy to foster broken households. You protect your seed from the inside out. There was a song. I don't know if y'all remember it. I mean, I'm new school, but I grew up old school. The song we used to sing in Vacation Bible School, they'll say, Jesus, you're the center of my joy. Y'all remember that? And then we would all come together. All that's good and perfect comes from you. You're the heart of my contentment. Oh, for all I do. Y'all sound good. Jesus, you're the of my joy. They were teaching me as a little boy, keep Jesus at the center. You know why you have so much anxiety? It's because your problems are at the center. You know why your lust is on fire? It's because your lust is at the... You know why your marriage is on life support? It's because your will is at the center. But focus in the Hebrew means centralize. Can I go a little deeper? The prefix cent means 100. good, y'all. The prefix cent means 100. Like a cent is 100th of a dollar. Okay? Keep going. The concept of percentage means per 100. 50% chance of rain, 60%. It is per 100. In fact, century means 100 years. Y'all get this? Centimeters is 100th of a meter. So when you're focused, you give it 100. It's so powerful, y'all. When you're focused, it means for this season, for the rest of my life, I'm giving this 100. You do not have the right to remain silent. I want y'all to work with me. Left side, I'm going to ask you, what do you give? And y'all shout 100. And then on the right side, I want you to say nothing less. So you're going to say, you give 100, right side, and nothing less. You give 100, right side. You give right side. Hold on, y'all left too. Why y'all just quiet? I didn't forget about y'all. All right. So left side, what do you give? Right side. What do you give? Right side. It hurts. What do you give? Right side. Divorce. What do you give? Right side. It hurt my heart. What do you give? Right side.